Oh, Shanti, good morning. Hope I'm audible. Can somebody confirm? Am I audible?
Yes, brother.
Okay, thank you. So today we have a unique topic to cover. Very good morning, first of all, to all divine family. So today let's do some digital detox. Okay, so as we know, New Year is coming. Uh, let's have this new year, resolution, a year of digital detox. Let me share my screen. Okay, so new year, new beginning. Okay, some of you might already know about this digital wellness and digital detox. But this has become one of the hot topic in the market now, as the technology addiction is growing one side very much, okay, especially in the youth and also in children. And some of you might know that Brahma Kumaris have done a wonderful initiatives to spread this awareness in all sections of society, in education field and also in industry, about how the over usage of digital gadgets such as mobile phone, tablets, smartwatch, and so on, is becoming toxic to our body, mind, brain, and life. Okay, the whole life is affected by this. So this awareness has to be given to all the people, so when it comes to using the technology, so many people are not aware, the sort of problems that we are affected due to the overuse of these technologies, devices, So some of them we will cover here today. So with that, let me get started. So you might have seen this, right? The fourth ape, right? Which is the sum of the first three. The first three we are quite familiar, right? Don't see, don't hear, and don't speak, wherein they have closed their organs, right? Sense organs. But the fourth one is not really closed. It's everything is open, but still he doesn't listen, doesn't talk to people, right? When he is busy with the phone. So you might have seen this happening when you go around and talk to people, right? When they are busy with the phone, right? They don't respond to you, right? So excuse me, just a minute. Yeah, so we need to check how many digital calories are we consuming on day-to-day basis. So screening is actually three-dimensional engagement. Okay, so it's like if we consume high calorie diet on a daily basis, right, that leads to so many health issues that we know, right? Lifestyle diseases like diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, etc. Will come if you consume so much of calories, right, on day-to-day basis. So similarly, the screening, right? If you spend time in front of the screen, that is also like consuming digital calories, which is not really good for the health. Anything anything that we use is fine. And see, the intention is not to use the technology here, but we are taking the awareness that how to use the technology. When there is a use, let's use it. But when There is no use, let's not use it. Okay. Usage is when there is a need. See, for example, a technology, it took so much in our day-to-day life. And if we have to get something done outside, then we need the support of technology. And even to make a payment, you need a smartphone now, right? And old days, that was not the case. So even in the government office, at least in India, we had all the register book, and so many things used to happen through the books, but that is replaced with a system right now, right? So most of the things, we need the digital devices to move on, right? So that is all comes under the usage. Usage is fine, but usage is slowly going to overusage. Overusage is when we are spending our free time. If we have some time, we go to internet and then start browsing, and then that is also leading to misuse. Misuse is when you spend so much of time with the phone, right? Gamings and so on. So that we need to really stop. So over usage and misuse, right? So usage is wellness. So when it turns to over usage and misuse, that's when it turns to illness. Okay, so we need to take care of this to some extent. So we need to check who's the master, you or your cell phone. So you should not let the digital devices to handle you or use you. Okay, so we should have control over them. We should use it only when there is a need to use it. Okay, we should not be using it. It doesn't mean we have free time, so let me spend my time in phone. So we have to take control of it and use it, being a master of it. Okay. So now let's understand some of the problems that we face due to the overuse of digital technologies. Okay, so it's toxic to body, mind, brain, and life. There are so many studies going on this topic, and you will see so many information out there in YouTube and also in other platforms. Okay, so studies shows that a very good amount of people, I mean, large, some, percentage of people go to bed holding their smartphone, which is not really a good thing, good practice to do. Because and then it shows that if you do that, right, there is a confusion in the biorhythm, it seems. So biorhythm is something that our body understands certain things, okay, by its own. See, for example, when it is daytime, your body knows that it is daytime. So I have to work. You are active during the day. And when it is nighttime, your body knows that you have to sleep. So this is the biorhythm. Okay. So now with the smartphone, when you look into the screen, right? So that creates a lot of disturbance. So biorhythm understands when the LED light goes into your eyes, right? So there's a confusion, and biorhythm thinks that it's not nighttime, it is daytime. So your sleep, right? Your sleep is interrupted there. So what happens is the brain, right? So brain creates the hormones called melatonin hormone, so which is actually very much required for the body to relax and function properly. Okay, so when this stops, your sleep is affected. And if you are not sleeping properly, then so many health issues will follow, right? So what happens is when you sleep, the LED lights, right? I mean, when you before sleeping, if you see the phone, right? It shows that the LED light can disrupt the production of melatonin in body, which leads to difficulty in sleep. So some people will lay down and with the phone and then try watching so many videos, right? And then what happens is their sleep will go actually. Then it will be difficult for them to sleep. They will lay down, but they may not be able to sleep. So sometimes their body sleeps, their mind doesn't sleep. So a result is, in the morning, you feel so much of hangover. You don't feel like you slept. You still feel like sleeping more. that hangover doesn't go off. Okay, so so this one study that shows, and I'm sure most of you know the radiation problem. So the more your body is affected, then the resistance power of your body is spoiled, wherein there's a possibility that you will fall sick soon. Okay, and then for the students, it really becomes challenge for them to study because study shows that so many children hold a smartphone when they go to bed and then see videos and things like that and then go to bed. Okay, so when they do that, it really becomes harder for them to remember what they have studied because what they see, right, over the phone, that is also goes into their mind and gets stored. That so much of junk information going to the mind will create so many problems. Right? They cannot really recollect what they have studied. It's just like their mind will be in total a messy stage, just like this little boy is trying to search his tie in an improperly organized shelf. It becomes really difficult. So similarly, having so much of junk data in your mind, you are storing, right? Then that really becomes difficult for you to recollect something that you've learned. So you cannot really, students really cannot focus on their study. Yeah, and then that eventually leads to memory disruption, it seems. And this is something very important to look at. So vision disorders. So many studies shows that so many children are affected due to the overuse of smartphone. Their vision is affected. What happens is it shows that when your eyesight is affected due to overusage of smartphone, it shows that it affects the veins of your eyes. Okay, so when it affects your vein and it damages your vein, and that's how your sight is going, means you will not get that sight back. If it is something, an issue with the lens, then you can buy lens, okay? But the veins has to grow by its own. And there are so many cases. In fact, in my family also, there's one case that I've seen. So the vein is slowly damaging, and then children are slowly losing their eyesight. This is one of the major problem that the society is facing today. And of course, we know about the mood change, right? So many private videos are getting published in social media that is causing so much of stress and so many problems in people, and people are committing suicide. People take videos just for the sake of interest, and then somebody will upload it in social media and tag it, and a lot of issues with that also. People becoming depression, and a lot of things is happening. Okay, and when it comes to relationship, of course, smartphone introduction to the families, right? That has created a lot of issues, as you can see in the picture, right? So once people, they all had good time with with the family, right? They used to give their full time, but now after the smartphone, you can see people are not giving their full time. They are partially engaged with the phone, right? So though they are with the family, they're not really giving their full time. So nowadays you might see people living in the same home. They don't go and call people. Instead, they would use the smartphone to call them and, you know, call them for lunch or dinner. Okay, so that's how the world is today. Okay, so something important that we Brahmins that we need to understand more is this. This is what I was really wanted to focus upon. So the most important ability that we all have today is the attention power. Okay, so we all have attention power. Okay, so this is some good ability that we all have. So let's understand what is this attention power. Okay, so what is attention power? So I would I would like to, understand from you also, can we do this with a little exercise to understand what is attention power? So my intention is to make you understand what is attention power, because we heard this many times, because Baba used this many times. When there is attention, right, then there's no tension. So when there is tension, because there is no attention, right? So there are so many murlis which talk about this attention power. So, let me ask you this question. Okay, so I'm sure you all are connected from a room or wherever you are. Okay, so let's understand this, by doing this exercise. So I want you to observe all the white things in the room wherever you are sitting. Okay, all the white things. Just observe all the white things. And then can somebody put in the chat some of the white things that they have observed? Just observe only the white things around you. Okay. Is it possible? Can somebody put in the chat what they have observed? Just observe and then put it in the chat. White things. Can I get some response? Okay. 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 Yeah, white book. Yeah, good. And curtains, all that you will see, right? Yes. Now, yeah, very good. White ceiling. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So without looking around, okay? So now, without looking around, can you recall the blue things in the same room? Can you recall the blue things? Don't look around. Just recall the blue things. Right? It becomes very difficult, right? Because yeah, I asked you at the first place to look for the white object, right? I asked you to look for the white object. So suddenly, if I ask you to look for the blue object, but don't look around and observe, and I ask you to recollect the blue things, it becomes really difficult, right? So what happens is, because your first task was to look for the white object. So you ignore the rest of the color present around you. Okay, so that is what is attention does. Okay, so it is, so the definition of attention is, attention is the capacity to focus on one element or thing while ignoring the others. Okay, so it is like this. Okay, it's like a torch in the dark room. Okay, it's like a beam of light from a torch. You will be able to see only certain things in the light. Others will remain invisible. This is what his attention does. Okay, so studies shows that it is the smartphone usage is affecting our attention. So we'll come to that. So before that, brain is a fantastic filter. So this filtering, right, that is done by brain. Okay, and attention is the gate. So what happens is, when brain does the filtering, right? Brain, so we decide what kind of information should go in and get registered in our brain. Is depends on what our attention allows in. Okay. Whatever information goes in and gets registered in our brain depends on what our attention allows in. And who regulates this filter? It is you. You are the master of your attention. You control your attention. So that is why wherever we put our attention, right, that is what becomes my experience, our experience. So it's very important that we pay attention. Then that is what will become our experience. Okay, so now attention and concentration. So there is a slight difference between attention and concentration. So we have understood what is yeah, we have understood what is attention. Attention is the capacity to focus one or more element, right? Uh, Focus on one or more one element or thing while ignoring others, right? So there, it's like wherever you take attention, that will get registered in you, and you will be able to remember it and recollect it. Okay, and uh, concentration is the ability to pay selective attention to something for a long time without getting distracted. Okay, so it's a you're paying attention to something for a long time. Okay, so you decide that. Okay. Staying, it's like this. You know this, you might be quite familiar with this magnifying glass. And if you let sunlight go through this magnified glass, and if you put this into on a paper and you hold it for some time, the paper will start burning, right? So it's very important that I hold my attention for a long time. Only then it happens, right? If I use the magnified glass and try to move around, it doesn't burn. So I need to keep it in one position. That means I need to pay my attention to something for a long time. There shouldn't be any distraction coming. Okay, so that is what happens in our yoga also. Okay, so when we are able to focus, pay attention in our stage for a long time, that is when the transformation happens. See, for example, here you see, if you are able to stabilize yourself as a point form in Parandam, and then see that Baba's light is coming to you, and if you can stabilize in that thought for a long period of time, okay, that is what is your attention power is. Okay, you can check how much attention power and sorry, that how much concentration power you have. Okay, and when that happens, that is when all the impurity on the soul is melt away. Okay, so so in order to become pure, right, we need this concentration power, because with this concentration power only the transformation, the impurity, the alloy in the soul is removed. Okay, so I quickly want to share one Murli that Baba said about concentration. So it's a Vikt Murli 912 and 1993. Okay, Baba says, with the power of concentration, attain success easily through determination. Okay, some of the important lines you can see, which talk about concentration. The power of concentration easily enables, right? Easily free you from obstacles so that there is no need to labor. Okay, the power of concentration constantly gives you the experience of belonging to one father and another. The power of concentration easily enables you to create a constant stage. The power of concentration easily enables you to have a constant attitude of benevolence of all, for all. Okay, and there are so many things due to time constraint we are not really covering. And now let's see Baba's definition about concentration. Okay, when you sit in yoga, all of you sit with interest, but there is a need to have the stage of concentration in a particular stage for as long as you want. So, what do you have to do now? What aspect will you underline? Concentration. Within concentration, there is determination, and where there is determination, success will become garland around our neck. So we all have to get this or increase our concentration power in order to really experience Baba's touching, Baba's power, and this for the soul to get become pure, So now coming back to our studies, okay, the research shows that uh, our attention span. and of course the concentration also, because you need attention first in order to concentrate, is decreased in just 15 years. Okay, it shows that the research done recently shows that our attention span decreased. In 2015, research shows that it has come down to 8.25. So we had 12 seconds attention in the year of 2000, which is decreased so much. Okay, and scientists says that goldfish, this is actually Microsoft has done a research on this, and they say that a goldfish is more attention span human being now. Okay, so um, increased interruption have lead to distraction, decreased attention span. So people are unable to focus now. Okay, so why we are unable to focus? What is impacting our attention? Yeah, the digital gadgets, the media, the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, so many social media applications have come, and um, so many notifications, so many emails, so many beeps, people are getting distracted from one to the other, especially when people play game, right? So the visual changes from one to the other, and there are so many video clips available which will distract you. I mean, which will switch your attention from one to the other. You will see some beautiful scenery, and all of a sudden that will take you to some other scenes. They're all, your attention is getting affected. I mean, you're becoming distracted there, you know. And nowadays you might see people claiming that I'm good at doing multitasking. So technically, there is no multitasking. Nobody can do multitasking. So we are designed to think only one thought at a time. So the brain can only produce or process one thing at a time. So what we are doing is we are switching the attention, which is actually bad. So because the more we switch our attention, that create a form. I mean, that create a sanskar. And as a result, we will not be able to stabilize or seated on with one thought for a long time. We feel like switching, because that also create a form. So this, okay. And this is really, yeah, so that distraction is truly accessible now, affordable. Wherever you go, you will get free Wi-Fi, free data, right? So people start using it, and there are millions of movies out there, magazines, newspaper, and everything is out there. So it doesn't mean that we have to use them. We have to use them only if there is a need for me to use it. Otherwise, not to just otherwise we shouldn't be just using it just to kill our attention. We shouldn't be using it. Okay, so um, yeah, another impact is, yeah, that you might see. Some parents, they give smartphone to their kids. Okay, because which is very dangerous. Because usage of smartphone can create addiction in small children. Okay, easily. And students, of course, lack focus. The more they watch, the more they spend time with social media and all other things, right? And relationships, and of course distraction is so much with the phone. You yourself can check, if you are sitting in meditation, how many beep messages will come, right? So many messages will come, someone will call you, right? If you have so many application installed, then you will get notification from all of them, email notification, so on. So just check in a minute how many times you are distracted. Okay, how many times your attention was broken. So all this we need to notice, and then we need to do corrective action. Do you know India has become number two when it comes to internet usage? So first is China, but still we don't want to become addictive, right? We need to take charge of our life when it comes to using the smartphone or any devices. And this is another research that shows that, right? that shows in 2004, right, the number of application, the social media application were very less. At the time, we had only one Yahoo and Gmail. Okay, now time passed. This is only shows till 2018. And till 2018, you can see Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and so Instagram. So many applications are already out, and people have accounts in all of them. So think about how many notifications they are getting, how much how in a day, how much they'll be switching their attention. Right now, 2024. Um, I'm sure there are much more applications available. Okay, this is one research is Professor Gabe Small, who has done a research, and then he has written a book called I Brain. Okay, and he took MRI scan of somebody reading a book and also someone reading it from a digital device. Okay, and then the red spot that you see on the right is more, and the left side it is less. So somebody who's reading a book and somebody who's reading it from the smartphone or any digital device. So the red spot indicates that the brain uses more mental energy when you read from the digital devices. Okay, so there the strain for the brain is too much, whereas when you use a book, right, then the strain is less, it seems. So he has done, this is there in YouTube, and this book is also available on internet. So his full research is shown in that. Okay, and there is another research, and that shows that the brain chemistry, how it is changing. Okay, so it shows somebody is using cocaine or alcohol, and somebody who's addicted to any substances. Okay, and someone who's addicted to technologies, games, or any application, and it shows that the symptom is same between these two. Okay, so so the addiction is the same. The impact is the same. Okay, whether you are addicted to alcohol, cocaine, or anything, or you are addicted to any digital devices or application or any gaming or whatever. Okay, so addiction is addiction.
Right.
Okay, and this is
You can't have yourself.
Okay, this is one video which talk about a 7-year-old girl who's addicted to phone. Okay, and when her father takes the mobile away from her, see how children are getting violent. Oh, sorry.
Tonight. You can't
Yes.
have your cell phone tonight. You can't have your cell phone tonight. You
And
can't
this
have your
kid
cell
is
phone.
becoming aggressive and
No
beating
cell.
his father. You might see so
You
many
gotta
news
stop.
wherein
Then stop.
students have killed their
No,
parents
you can have
because
it
they did
tomorrow.
not allow them to play
If you're good, you can have it tomorrow. Stop.
or use their cell
Stop.
phone. So many cases
Stop.
in internet. Okay, so
Stop.
children,
You
the
can have your phone
addiction,
tomorrow.
work
You
without
can't be
their
phone
knowledge.
with
It's
phone
it's,
withdrawal.
it's slowly it
Symptoms.
becomes
Stop
to
it. You're addicted to that phone. You
addiction.
gotta
Okay,
stop.
so parents will start giving them the phone, and
This is
then
Lucas and his phone withdrawal.
you see.
Knock it off. Knock it off.
So okay, so now the high quality work is produced the amount of time spent and the intensity of focus. So you might notice that when you are deeply connected to doing one particular task, right? Your focus is very much there in that task, and somebody call you in that while you're doing that, and your focus is gone, and you come back and take that call. And after the call, if you want to get back to your work, you will not get that same focus. Just observe it, okay? You will never get that focus back. Okay. So some it's very difficult, and some says you will never get that. You will never get that focus back. Okay. There is a research done also on this. Gloria Mark, University of California, He says it takes at least 23 minutes for us to get back to the same focus that we had. Okay. And 23 minutes, it's a big time, right? So we need to check this. Okay, so see if you cannot, if you can avoid the distraction. Okay, this is a wonderful thing. I mean, we all know this about how Janki Dadi went through this experiment. Okay, so in 1978, University of Texas has done an experiment wherein Janki Dadi's brain wave pattern was observed. Okay, this is also there in YouTube. If you're interested, you can see it. And then Dati was given the most stable mind in the world. So this is the magic of Rajyoga meditation. Okay, so when this research was conducted, right, so around Dadi, there was so much of chaos was created, okay, artificial chaos, just to distract Dadi. But it says that Dadi was so stable in her stage. Okay, and see the brain waves. Okay, so when it is beta, when it is alpha, when it is theta, and when it is delta. So Dadi had this delta stage. Okay, so the EEG of Dati Janki showing delta waves while performing complicated mental exercise. Complicated mental exercise means, so when they did this research, they created a lot of chaos in the room, it seems, and that's how they did this EEG. They said everything. And then they are monitoring. There's a monitor also, and the brain waves. There is some mathematics that they are using. Okay, so we all need to get to this stage, right? The delta stage. Okay, so this is the optimum or the best stage of the brain wherein it can function to its full potential. Okay, so Dadi Janki was very powerful. I mean, her mental stage was very much stable. Okay, irrespective of the situation or the chaos outside, Dadi was very stable, creating this powerful stage. And scientists agreed it, and she was given the title of most stable mind in the world. So our objective is also this. So we need to check if there is any distraction for us. If the social media or the smartphone or any distraction, right? We need to avoid that as much as possible, wherever is possible. Let us use the technology only when there is a need. Okay, let us not misuse or let us not overuse the technology, because they're only spoiling us. They're not really taking us to a yogi stage, not to a delta stage, of course, right? So, so with that, that's pretty much I wanted to cover. And if there are any questions or any of you know or want to share something that you experienced with that, right? I welcome you. We can have a 10 minutes discussion. We'll do a small meditation first, and then we'll come back and share. Okay, just a minute. 1 minute meditation. Om Shanti. So, feel free to unmute and share your thoughts, or you got any takeaways. So some of you might already know this because it's I mean it's out there. There's information already. Yeah. Any sharings?
Om Shanti, Vijit bhai. Very beautifully well researched and also presented very well. And that's we thankful. We are thankful. And this takeaway is definitely yes, in various varying degree of proportions. The digital tools are interfering with our daily routine, whether it's BK or non-BK. Even in BKs also, this mobile, WhatsApp and sending on the name of sending, sharing messages and all. Definitely, the mind gets distracted, and it interferes with the tapasya. So I think that's a takeaway, that attention, that part really touched me. That what is the difference between attention and concentration? And the way you expressed that with a torch, the torch, whatever area is illuminated, that is our attention which is going on. And sustained attention for a long period of time is a concentration, and that's the power which the soul has.
Yeah, that is the power that we have. Thank you. Right, that was.
Thank you, Vijay. Very good, very nice, excellent. Om Shanti.
Any other sharing? So, if you see somebody right in your family also, you might see people who are not really aware of this, and giving smartphone or using allowing smartphone to use right, overuse. I think you should try to give them this knowledge, especially with kids. Okay.
Om Shanti. When we use any electronic gadgets, so your concentration and the attention drops down. While when you are doing meditation and when you are in your position, it always uplifts you. That is what I learned from this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So meditation.
Also, one reflection is that when we are away from these digital tools, we minimize the screen time and all, then we get time to spend time with nature, with our family members, and we exchange energies. We have a better communication. But if we don't observe abstinence from these digital tools, then our relationships also get affected. And there is a though we are living together in a house, but we are there's no integration of mind, and the peace of mind is not there. So that's a very important aspect which we have to see today, that we have to minimize the screen time and maximize the real communication, soul to soul communication. Om Shanti.
Yeah, fasting is very much required. Digital fasting. Yeah, go ahead.
No, for me, there's a little difference. I feel detoxification is not a complete order of the day. Yes, there should be a little kind of what we say of bringing down, but it's not the tool which makes a lot of problem. It's the content. It's the content and the addiction towards the content and the discipline not have, because I remember somewhere, I remember it's called as 20 by 20 by 20. I just read that. So I was just interested to know what it was. It said, when you're on a tool for a long time, your eyes get affected. So just for 20 seconds, look 20 feet across without blinking. So after every 20 minutes, look 20 feet across for 20 seconds, a kind of a relief to the eyes. So I think if we put our own parameters like this, whether it is a tool or whatever is a tablet, and if we put some parameters, it cannot come. So I think it's the addiction which one should do. But I will never say put away digital tools or run away from it. Or everywhere, I think it's self-discipline if it comes. We can do it. Like, for example, in the night, they say don't keep your mobile next to you. Even if it's an alarm, let it go fast, because that you don't want to do that the first thing in the morning. So a little kind of these things, if we gather ourselves for self-disciplining and all, I think we can be a little bit, we needn't look for such kind of detoxification. This was just my sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually,
Shanti, brother.
yeah, go ahead.
This is a personal experience. I was observing myself. The images that run through the mind when we sit in solitude. This is now replaced by the reels that we see over a period of time. If we can give some attention to what is going on in the mind, basically giving attention to mind, is now being replaced by the reels that the individual is seeing. Over a period of time, these reels leave impact on ourselves, and those fine memories stitch our new reality. This phenomenon I could gather, capture within myself, and I just let it go for a few minutes. Said, let me now listen to my images, let me look at my images or the videos that are running through. And I was astonished to see that there were lots of important material that was lying through the day, which I should have contemplated. I could gather them back, and I mean, I'm supposed to and must put it into action to get real success. And yes, the Rajyoga is the key that I had with me, and I could implement that and regain that essential information that was needed to gather succeed naturally. So this is an experimenting myself yesterday, and I found that yes, there's a lot to improve, but yes, precious time, my precious mind's energy is saved by these humans, and he's not switching on. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. I could barely hear you. Yeah, but thanks for your sharing. Yeah, any other sharings?
Yeah, Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
Yeah, there's in Chennai and in Anna University, they have introduced a course on digital wellness.
Correct. So many institutions are coming up with this. Yeah. So yeah, sister, complete. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that. So they have trained the sisters in the center, and they go and take the course. And this is mandatory, I think, for first year students.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say how widespread it's become.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So very true. And in so many other places also this is happening. And this is the site, Brahma Kumaris Digital Wellness. This has so many information about it. And it is not only about the content that we watch. Okay, content is of course matter that will affect you, but the more you use it, so we are not talking about the usage, we are talking about the overuse and misuse. Okay, usage is always fine because we can't get away from using it. We have to use it because we are living in this world, because without you technology it becomes really difficult to survive and get connected with people, right? So overusage only causing a lot of problems, and of course the brain chemistry is changing. That is true. So much of research done on this. If you check in YouTube, you will get more information. And BKs have done so much of research on this and put together so many information, so many videos. In this site, you can check for more videos and more informations how this is affecting, and so many informations. Okay, how the brain chemistry is changing, how distraction is slowly distracting you. Okay, and yeah, so I mean, we can't cover everything, right, and due to time constraints. So if somebody wants to do research on this, and I would suggest you can go to this Brahma Kumaris / digital wellness site. IT Wing is working on this. Okay, so any other sharing? If not, then we'll move on to active meditation and then close the session. So let's stabilize and look within. Let's begin a new year, a year of digital detox, a screen-free life, wherever is possible. Screen-free breakfast, screen-free lunch, screen-free dinner. Switch off all the notification that distract you from your mobile. Let me not have any distraction. Let me not touch my mobile first thing in the morning, at least for 1 hour after I wake up. Let me give my time with my Baba without any distraction. Me and my Baba, Mera Baba. This year is going to be a year of me and my Baba spending more time together. A digital detox year is coming for me. And I'm going to give more time for my self-discipline. I'm going to become a master of the self, wherein I am going to decide what I have to see and what I should not see. It is in my control. I am the master. I decide what I have to see, when I have to see, what content I have to see. Let me be very selective in that. I'm a special child of the Almighty God, and He's there to help and guide me at every step. I am receiving God's power and blessings every day. Let me stay in this awareness for a while and experience I want to experience this because when I experience, it goes into my brain. It gets registered within me. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a wonderful day. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Beautiful.